Hello pilots and welcome to Volo Airsport version 3.4. So what's new? This update is almost entirely by courtesy of Frank, who has been working on the course editor. So let's take a look. Let's see what he did. So this is what happens when you open up the course editor. Basically, the course editor allows you to make time trial courses, much like the ones we introduced in version 3.3. And let's make one. There's an existing one here, but it's pretty bad, so let's delete it, make a new one. Let's name it my first course. This is the first one, honest. And the first thing you'll notice is that you can move around in this mode with a free camera. You can go anywhere you want, and you can place rings anywhere you want. So let's place one. Let's find a good starting point. And yeah, I think over here will be good. Drop down a little bit. There. Add a ring. And, let's move a little bit further, and let's add another one. Hello, wingman. What are you doing there? Okay, and yeah, let's add a third one, otherwise this isn't really a time trial course, is it? And okay, that didn't go so well. Luckily you can move rings around. You can move them up and down, left and right, forward, backwards. You can also rotate them if you want. To really get their position fine-tuned. And there's more to this editor, but let's first fly this course, see how it be do. So let's exit out of here, respawn, find that first ring, and kick some ass. There we go. So yeah, you can see that everything is the same, the labels are in place. And let's just finish this. And score a world record. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go back into the editor and talk about some of the other features that are in there. So let's say I want to change something in this course, but I don't know where any of the rings are. I mean, I want to go to the first ring, but it's all the way over there. How do I get there fast? Over here, you can select all the rings. They're in order. Let's select the first one, and if you click this icon over here, the little camera icon, then you jump to the ring that you have selected, and you can start moving from there. You can insert rings right in the middle, so if I want to go to the second one and add one in between this one and the next one, I can just add another one using either the keyboard shortcut or just the button over there, and a new one will be created. And in case you make a mistake, like I think I did, let's move this one back a little over here, move down a little bit. Yeah, I messed up the ordering. So what you can do in order to fix those problems is, this is now the fourth one, but I want it to be the third one in the sequence. You can just select this, move it back in the list, and now they're in the right order. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. But I don't want this ring here. I can just delete it as well. There we go. But wait, I actually do want that ring there. So do I just place a new one, or do I just click undo? We have full undo and redo functionality in this editor, so if you mess up anything, you want to go back, you can do that. You can also go forward in time again. So that's basically it for this first version of this tool. It's limited to the amount of props that we have that we can place in levels, which right now is just the ring. But in the future, we'll be able to add many more props to this that you can have fun with. Think of turbofans that you can use to influence the wind around you as you fly through them. Maybe place a sequence of turbojets that blow upwards, so you can try and traverse the mountain upwards instead of downwards. That's kind of what we're thinking. So that's it for the course editor. Let's exit out of there. Just fly around a bit, and then I'll tell you a bit about what else we've been working on. Oh, go away, Steam. Go away, go away. You didn't see that. So, yeah, what else have we been working on? First, there is the Oculus mode. It's still separate right now from the main game, so you have to go into the Steam beta program and download it through there. And the instructions to do that, on how to do that, are in the manual, which I'll link to in the video description. The reason it's still separate is because we're having some integration issues with the Oculus SDK and Unity, which means that if you make an Oculus enabled build, it has to run in DirectX 11, and there are some issues with that when you want to run the game in windowed mode, you can't. It always launches in full screen. We don't want that because we like our windowed mode, and so the Oculus build and the regular build are still separate. But it works. It's been updated. The previous version was still based on version 3.2 with the old flight model. It's now based on this version, 3.4, so all the new flight physics are in place, the time trial system is in place, and everything is nice and neat. We've been doing a lot of background work, stuff that you can't see and stuff that actually still isn't in the game yet, but it's crucial to the development of the game. Basically, we've been working non-stop since September, and we've been getting a feel for what's easy to do in terms of adding new things to the game and what isn't. And it turns out when we want to do certain things, we encounter a lot of friction from the existing code, and it's not nearly as easy as we want to add things to the game. With that experience, though, we now do know, or we have some ideas on how to build a system that will make it much easier for us and for other people to add new features to the game, and that will also play a huge role in enabling user modification, where you can just where you can create your own code and load it into the game and make new game types that way, or delete the ball buddy that you see over there. Some people don't like those, so you'll be able to do that, or say change some of the characteristics of the wingsuit, or make your own, or make your own game out of this. That's the point of modding. We don't know what you want to do with this, but you'll be able to do it. But yeah, there's some background work going on in order to make an architecture and a code structure that will allow us all to do this. And it's fun to work on, but it's also difficult, especially from a marketing perspective, because it's easy to sell new features like this course editor, and that's neat. When the game updates, you'll boot it up, you'll see it there. It's something new to play with. You can see that work is being done on the game, and it's all good. But if we're working on background stuff, the game doesn't change meaningfully yet for you. So the best way to deal with this, I guess, is not to stay quiet about it. It's best that we tell you guys that we're working on some stuff in the background, and that feature output is a little bit slower because of that. But it's all for the best. I mean, it's not just modding that we're doing this for. It's also paving the way for multiplayer code and possibly a new terrain engine that we have ideas floating around about. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? Oh yes, beta testing. Beta testing has been interesting. We've started using the separate beta branch on Steam, which allows you to download more up-to-date versions of the game with new features that are definitely still on the bleeding edge of development and that you can help us test. And the course editor is the first feature that we pushed onto there, and a bunch of people from the community helped us test that. They made some courses, ran into some problems. We were able to fix them relatively quickly because of this. And the neat thing is that we can just immediately push out a new build to that branch, see if it works, and get feedback much more rapidly than we can with the regular builds. Because the regular builds, of course, we have to make sure that they're stable, that everything works as far as we are able to make it. And that's been a very pleasant experience. To all of you who have helped us test, thank you so very much. It's been a very pleasurable experience, and we'll do it for all of the following features that we'll be working on. And with that, we've reached the end of this update. Thank you for watching, thank you for playing, thank you for all your support so far. We're having a blast developing this game, and we hope you're having a blast playing this game and following along with how we do. With that said, I wish you the very bluest of blue skies, and until next time.